Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mike from Team OCG. I know it's been a long ass time since we posted a video, but we all took a break this format. As you've probably noticed, we really don't play meta, and while we usually do have some success in tournaments, like you're not gonna beat spellbooks or dragons without anything that's you pretty much had those options in Evil Swarm. You're not gonna beat them with any non-meta stuff. So we just didn't even bother this format. But now that the new list is up and everything is coming together and those cards are getting cycled out of the format, we decided to start playing again. So I figured I'd post my Hunter deck. This is what I've been running recently, and I really like it. Just with Seahorse, you get the immediate +1. Turn 1, and then with Duality at 3, that ups it a lot too. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it. You guys are going to have to bear with me because I'm using my phone right now. So obviously we got the 3 Seahorse. Everybody knows what this does. You discard it, add 2 Hunders. Right to your hand or Prism. So you got that synchroing option. He's an immediate +1. You pretty much always want to open with Seahorse, Duality to search Seahorse, or Card, which I'll explain later. You got the pretty standard build. 3 Ma, 3 Pa, 2 sis. I don't play 3 sis. You don't need more than 2. I mean, you can search it out. You can search the 2 out with Seahorse, and if you open with 1, you can just search something else with Seahorse and recycle it. She's really good. Double Prism. This is like one of the best cards in the deck. Again, you don't need 3 of it. 2 is more than enough. You got the recycling battery in there. You got the Seahorses. You got the card. You got the Duality. So you're gonna see it when you need to see it, and you're gonna have access to it. You can also recycle it with this Hunter. So it's just great. You can synchro, go into Scrap, go into Stardust, boosted by 1,000. And the cool thing with Scrap is you can pay 500, equip it, and then just go 1-for-1 with your opponent. So that's a really nice combo. Outside of Hunders, I play the one Honest. You need it. Everybody's light. Double card. Like I said, you really want to open with either Thunder Seahorse or card. Like that immediate +1 already puts your opponent at a disadvantage, and if they Valor, let's say you Duality into a card, you summon card. If they Valor card, then you can discard Seahorse. So, you're already getting a +1. The Valor basically is your opponent throwing a card in the graveyard. It's just not a good play. Double Gores. This deck, I was running Gores beforehand. Some people play Tragodia, but this is it too now. This card is considerably better, in my opinion, even in a deck that pluses. Like, you're always going to want to see Gores, so, 2 Gores. I play 18 monsters in my build. Again, sorry about the awkward camera angles. I'm just trying to do this, with one hand. So, up to spells, I play 10 spell cards. The new 3 Duality, this added a lot of consistency to the deck. If you open with this, like I said, you're going to get that card, you're going to get that Seahorse, you're going to get your +1, and it just starts off the game very strongly. That's really good. 3 space, I don't play any, weird, lances, I don't play, dress or any of that forbidden crap. I just play the simple, bare bones build of it. 3 MST, blow up your spell and trap cards, blow up your opponent's spell and trap cards, get your big synchros on the board. I play 1 recycling batteries. That's really all you need. It's a +1. It's kind of like salvage for water. You only really need 1. You can recycle stuff with this under. So 1 heavy, 1 dark hole, 1 monster reborn. Not gonna explain any of that. Traps. For traps, I start out 3D prison. Last format, everybody was playing Compulse just to deal with Draco Stack. I've never been a big fan of the card. It's essentially a -1 in everything but the Dragon matchup. It did nothing against spellbooks, and most of the time, if you just get in a grind situation and you're compulsing their monsters, you're, again, throwing a card into the graveyard. Very rarely is that going to pay off for you. Double Bottomless, ballin', good card. Double Torrential, I really like this in here because if you start with card, you can just drop Torrential, and, like I said, you already have a plus, and you have nothing on the field, so it's not going to hurt you in any way. And if your opponent MSTs it, you still maintain your plus. So. Double Mirror, I know it's at 3. I dropped the 3rd one for another card, which I'm about to explain, but, 2 works. You got 2 in 3D prisons. They're not getting many attacks off anyway. This is my tech card, Breakthrough Skill. Really like this card, this format. My favorite opening play is to go into, Duality, get the Seahorse, ditch the Seahorse, grab the double Hunders, summon the Hunder, get your immediate +2 by recycling the Seahorse, and then setting this. If they MST this, I consider that a minus for them. Like, this card, I was in a tournament the other day just testing this. I was playing against, like, some Christia deck or whatever, and the dude had to prohibit this in the graveyard to ensure it didn't go off, and it was literally a waste of a card on his part. Like, I understand why he did it, but at the same time, like, just the fact that it puts your opponent in such awkward situations, it stops them from using any of their lock cards, you know, like, it gets over Ophion, it gets over Shockmaster, it gets over, you know, just everything. It's very good. I love it. And then finishing up, one Solemn Judgment, one Solemn Warning, you know, Solemn Brothers. So, my deck is 40 cards. Just keep it nice and simple, you know, so I see my cards at all times. Let me get my extra deck for you guys. Alright, extra deck. I play double Paladynamo. This card is so good. You know, you drop their guy to 0, negate its effect, attack for 2,000. And especially in this format where you can do a lot of busted plays with this, you know, you can attack with 2 monsters, and then if they drop Gores on the second, you can go into this and drop their Gores to 0. So that's really cool, and it puts them kind of in an awkward space. Omega. Like 99% of the time, I win my games with just these 3, and, you know, Stardust and Thought Ruler and all that good stuff. He's essentially a Forbidden Lance for himself. He's kind of like the Constellar version of Infestation Virus. One Utopia, kind of a staple. Black Ship, everybody knows what Black Ship does. Gets over all that annoying shit like Zen Mains, Mind Stroke, all that garbage. Gemini Pearl for the Evil Swarm matchup. This is a Roach right now. I'm taking it out for Cowboy. I had to sell my Cowboy, so, you know, if anybody has a Cowboy and wants to trade it to me, if not, it's getting reprinted, but this is technically supposed to be a Cowboy. This is really good in here. I was testing, initially, like, I had these 2 in here kind of as filler, but after testing Ouroboros, this card is so good. Just the ability to send anything in their hand to the graveyard. It's got a huge 2750. You know, typically if you leave it on the field, you're going to get more than 1 effect off. One time I bounced the guy's set monster and attacked him for game with this. It gets over Master of Blades, which is really nice. It's just a great card all in all. He's definitely standing there. You got the Shockmaster. There's only 2, like, 3 ranks, or 3 level 4s that I play. 1 Maestro, Stardust, you know, best card. 3,500 Stardust is broken. Thought Ruler has been really good lately with all the compulses and all that garbage running around. You can just, you know, bust up your opponent's monster, 3,700 attack guy with Prism, get your life points back, all that good stuff. Scrap, like I said, is broken with Prism. Crimson for the Dragon matchup recently, and it's good against Frogs too. A lot of people like Frogs in my area, so that works out. And then Fortress, because I side Cybers. So that's my extra deck. And I will go into my side deck. My side deck is, you know, everybody's side deck is kind of for their own meta, and right now I don't even know what's going to be big, like, other than Fire Fists, so. 3 Gemini Imps. I don't like Dark Worlds. I don't think that should be a deck, and I have very little respect for people to play it, so the way I figure it, usually I'm going to lose game 1, but if they're going to win that match, I'm going to at least make it a pain in the ass for them to do so. This card ensures that they can't have a broken turn 1, and, you know, if you get more than 1 of these off, they go so minus that you're pretty much going to win anyway. Double Thunder King Ryo. A lot of people ask me why I don't play him in the main deck. It's solely because I think Card is a stronger opening. You know, yeah, you can open with him and deter your opponent, but at the same time, I rather get that +1. Like, you know, cards like Book of Moon, Dark Hole, there's a lot of ways over him. Even people playing Black Wings now, because Whirlwind did too. You can just drop Sirocco and run his ass over. Like, he's good, but, you know, you got to pick your battles with Thunder King. He's great late game. I just rather have a turn 1 plus on my opponent, you know? Double Cybers. This is for anything Machina, anything with big beaters. Now that Glads are too, this is getting his Glads, so he's pretty balling. Double Maxi, got your Mermails, got your, was it 3 and 4 Axis Fire Fists, you know, everything, the special summons, all that good stuff. 2 DD Crow. This is also, I guess, for Dark Worlds, mostly for Frogs. I played against a Frog deck and had a little bit of trouble just because, you know, they just keep regenerating the Frog and get their pluses that way, so he's helpful. This is my new little card. Fencing Fire Ferret. This card is really good. I took out Snowman Eater for this. Essentially what it does is it's a 1700 4-star monster. Anytime it's destroyed, be it face up, face down, whatever. It doesn't even have to be on the field. Anytime it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you get to pop a monster on your opponent's side of the field and deal them 500 damage. Now, the burn damage, as people I'm sure have noticed with Cowboy, is actually pretty significant. You know, you can game people with this card. It's a little trollish, but you can do it. And additionally, one thing I really like about this guy, like the fact that they don't have to flip it face up. I was playing against that same agent dude, and I sided this in, and he Hyperion this face down, and not only did that throw off his grave count for Christia, but it also, you know, essentially -1 him. It blew up his monster, and it dealt him 500 damage, so it worked out really well. Plus, the last reason, it's rank 4. You know, just if they end up leaving him on the field, I can, you know, exceed into Boat or Ouroboros or whatever. And then last for me is my Double Dust Tornadoes. This card is, you know, great against Fire Fist, great against, you know, anything that plays a lot of spawn traps, so I really like this card. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be good in the upcoming format. Anyway, people, that is my Hunter deck. So let me know what you guys think, and if you have any recommendations, definitely shoot me a line. And yeah, you know, if you haven't subscribed, please help us out and click that. I know we haven't done a lot of videos, like I said, we're taking a break for the format, which probably isn't all that out of the ordinary. I've heard that was, you know, the decision for a lot of decent players, so don't hold that against us. But yeah, you know, stay tuned for more content hopefully in the next few weeks. So take it easy, guys.